2025, I was down. It was like I was fighting to hold my head above water. Not like abrasive on your cookware. The colors and stuff are really pretty, but well, hi friends, welcome back to another video. It is so good to see you. Welcome if you are new. My name is Ashley and I am a stay-at-home mom to one beautiful little boy here in Tennessee. But before we get started with anything else today, I wanted to go ahead and pour my bottles, whether I'm using like the ready-made formula or the powder formula where you have to mix it up. I still put it in the Dr. Brown's container, and that way I can mix it up without causing a tremendous amount of bubbles. But we've still been using these Dr. Brown's bottles. I know that they tend to get a bad rep when it comes to leaking. And yes, they do leak, but it hasn't been to the point where I would just get frustrated with them and, ready to throw them away, because they've just worked really well for us. And we're very thankful for that. But my baby did turn 10 months old on Christmas Day, so we actually only have 2 months left of him being on the formula. And next month, we are going to start to transition him off of that, which we have been increasing, his food amounts more and more, offering food at least 2 times a day, sometimes 3 times a day. And I will say that he is a pretty good eater for the most part. Of course, we are still on edge. I think maybe just being new parents, or, just being a concerned parent in general. Anytime that a baby eats or tries something new, it's nerve-wracking because you're just afraid, that they're going to get choked. But I did want to go ahead and work on some laundry as well. When I got up this morning, I'd actually already got a bunch done. I got the bed made and I did some exercises, and then I make Arthur and I's breakfast every single morning as well. So I had already got so much done, but this was my second load of laundry, and this was Arthur's clothes. And in this load, I just needed to go through and see what things we weren't able to use anymore, what things were too small for him, because in some of his pants, I've got him wearing 18 months, and the waist is a little bit big on him, but the length is good for him. And the 12 months one, they are just way too snug on him at this point. But the 12 months tops fit better than the 18 months tops, because the 18 months top, they're a little bit too long, and then they're too long in the arms as well. But I'm going to go ahead and let me just sort out this laundry and then figure out what actually I need to get rid of at this point. 2026, so happy new year. You're praying that 2026 is going to be a great year for all of us. I will tell you, in 2025 my baby was born and I became a mother, and so 2025 will always hold a special place in my heart for that very reason. But other than that, everything else in 2025 sucked. I know. My grandma would smack my mouth and say that that was a vulgar word and not to use it. That's why I cringe, to say it. But that's the truth. I've seen other people's recaps of 2025 and wonderful things were happening in their life. And I'm super excited for them, because there are different seasons in life. And sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down. But most of 2025 I was down. It was like I was fighting to hold my head above water. And if we really went into the details of everything that went on in 2025, we could make a 2-hour video. But you know what, it's a new year and we're moving on. And if you hear the coffee making, it's because I need a little bit to pick me up and keep me going. But the baby, I would say he'll probably be up here in probably like the next 20 minutes at least. So we need to go ahead and just get started. Also, I wanted to tell you thank you for your prayers, because we did get our Christmas miracle. My brother come home from the hospital. He is now doing outpatient dialysis, which he is still not in the best shape. He's still walking with a walker, using a wheelchair. He's out of breath. And it's going to take a while to get his strength built back up, but somehow by the grace of God, he was here for Christmas and we had a wonderful Christmas, and he spoiled my baby and so did the rest of my family, and we accumulated so many toys. And for Christmas I expected to get nothing, but I ended up getting so much money and so many things. It was just, I wasn't expecting any of that. And for me, a lot of my kitchen stuff got updated, like my pots and pans and my spatulas and spoons, and just a lot of my cookware and stuff like that got updated. And I'm super thankful for that, because that's very important. But I've also, just been having a cloud over top of my head of depression. I've just been fighting with that, and it's not been in my actions, because I've been still showing up as the same Ashley, but it's been showing up in my homemaking. I've definitely gotten behind on things, like my Christmas stuff. This year I didn't care anything about putting it up. I just threw it up, because I did want to make it special for my baby's first Christmas, and thank God that I did put in some effort. But I really need to get all of this taken down. But what I've really been focusing on is myself. Like, I've been doing just a reset with my health and my food choices and exercising, and I've just really been putting a lot of work into that, and which is really important. And so I'm looking forward to this year and bringing it along for the journey. And thank you for being patient with me also, by the way, and for caring about me and all of that. It's truly meant a lot. But so I don't sit here and ramble for another 5 minutes, let's just go ahead and try to start taking down some of this Christmas. If I could just get the kitchen under control for today, then I'm going to be doing really well. I've actually been going through all of my cabinets and reorganizing and getting rid of stuff, but I still need to do a little bit more organizing and decluttering in the kitchen. I doubt we'll get to that today, but let's just get started and see where. This is actually the first time you're seeing any of my Christmas decorations. I had such big plans for the Christmas season. We were going to do a cozy cabin Christmas decorating, and it was going to be magical, but that's not my reality, and that's not the way it turned out, and we just have to roll with the punches. So now you're just seeing me take it down. So if anything, if you've been procrastinating putting up your Christmas things and you want to put up your Christmas things, then here is a little bit of motivation for you. We're just going to take all of this down and just wipe the shelves down. As far as decorating, we're going to worry about that at a later date. We're just going to focus on just getting it down at this point. And if you don't want to take your things down at this point, then don't. Keep it up all year round if you want to. No judgment here. I've kept mine up until February before, and I wasn't quite ready to let it go. And you know what surprised me big time is like 2 nights ago, my husband turned on the Christmas tree because ours is still up, by the way. I've taken the balls off, but as far as the ornaments and taking the whole tree down and the topper down, I don't have that done yet. But he turned the Christmas tree on and he said, "What have we decided on the Christmas tree?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? If we're going to take it down, I've got to find the time to get it done." He's like, "Well, I say we just leave it up because it does fit the cozy cabin vibes, Christmas tree." So that was really shocking to me that he would even consider leaving the tree up because he is so not like into Christmas or lights or anything like that. So, anyways, all I'm saying is leave it up for as long as you want to. If it brings you joy, just do whatever makes you happy. But otherwise, here's a little bit of motivation. Let's just get it taken down. I had to charge the battery on my camera, but I'm gonna go ahead and wash these jars. I just got a few out of storage. They're wide mouth because I got some new jar lids. I'm gonna try to get away from using so much plastic. So I did go ahead and get a pack of these on Amazon, and I think they are cheaper on Amazon than they are at Walmart. I will tell you that these are not made in the USA, but Ball still has a good product and they have a really good sale on them. So I probably put my monk fruit. I've never tried this before, but it's a sugar substitute. So I'm going to try this first. This is the one that has erythritol in it as well. So I'll probably put that in one of my jars. And then I have some chocolate chips that are open that I want to put in there. I've got all of this stuff that I need to get put up. Over here, this is the lids or the tops to my new cookware, and I don't want the sign up here anymore because it feels cluttered. So I'll probably bring that sign down and get rid of it. And then these plates that are up here, with the bear and the eagle and stuff like that, I don't think I want those up there anymore either. So I think I'm going to get rid of those as well. But I've got all of my new cookware in here, and I absolutely love it. I'm so spoiled to be able to get some new cookware. And anyway, so I'm gonna wash up these jars because there is a leak going on at the water meter, and someone is here looking at that, so they may have to shut the water off. So I needed to go ahead and just wash up these dishes and get that done. But I've got to get over here now and get all of this taken down. And then I think that's all of the Christmas stuff that I have in the kitchen. And then I'll just get everything cleaned up in here. Oh, I've got to take this down as well. And then we will move on to the next room or the next task because, trust me, there's so much more to do. Also, these are called Swedish washcloths. I got these for Christmas as well, and they're supposed to be really good for the cookware. It's supposed to be, you know, not like abrasive on your cookware. The colors and stuff are really pretty, but these are very strange. I haven't used one yet. So apparently, you know, see how weird material that it is? These are the ones that I have been using. Just like I have a huge pack of these microfiber ones. That's just what I wiped the countertop down with just now. It's clean, I promise. But anyway, so you wet this, and then after you wash it, you have to stretch it back out to let it dry. I don't know, very strange. But I'm also really excited to try this because from somebody that hand washes dishes all the time, it is so fun to get something new and try it out. It makes, you know, washing dishes a little bit more exciting. So I'm just going to put those there for right now. Also, I should mention that the reason why this is here instead of on the inside of the cabinet is because it just simply won't fit. So it's got to go somewhere. So right there is like the best spot that we come up with. Say, hey, I woke up from my nap and then we went outside and sat on the grass because it's a beautiful day. And you tried to eat a leaf. And we got some sunshine and some fresh air. And now we're going to drink a bottle. Yeah, and then we'll keep working. He's looking, his bottle's hating. Say, look how big I've got. That's big boy. If you see a critter moving like on the windowsill or the wall or something like that at any point in this video, like I just did a few minutes ago watching this, just know that it is a ladybug. In this log home, ladybugs are super attracted to it. And I don't know if it's all log cabins that have this issue, because I've never had an issue with ladybugs anywhere that I have ever lived before. But we also have a friend and my parents that have issues with ladybugs, and neither of them live in log homes. But there's nothing that you can do about ladybugs. There's no professional company. They'll all tell you the same thing because we've checked into it. But you can spray peppermint oil, which I do on a regular basis, and it may help just a little bit, but I'm not really sure. But peppermint oil is something that I spray all the time anyway because it's a natural bug repellent, especially for spiders. I learned this when I had a spider infestation in the first apartment that I lived in. Yeah, I'm talking like a real infestation where we would pull the couch out from the wall and my mom would say, I'm not coming back over here anymore, because there would be like 30 spiders that are unalive behind the couch right there on the wall where I had been working on them. And the apartment management company, they didn't help me at all with that. I had to fight that battle. But anyways, that's in the past. But hate is such a strong word. But when I tell you I hate all of the ladybugs in the entire world, that is the truth. And if you say that you love them and that they are your favorite for whatever reason, then you have never lived with them, because they are a nuisance. They're everywhere. They smell, they bite, and they land on my clothes and in my hair. And sometimes you're just fighting for your life. And it doesn't have anything to do with being nasty because, just ladybugs, I don't know what it is. They just come in through the cracks and the crevices, and they will really drive you insane. But if you know and you have dealt with ladybugs, comment down below so I don't feel so bad about myself, because it's nothing that we have done, trust me. But I will be glad when some warmer weather comes around and they will start leaving us alone. It's just like one day they'll disappear and then they're gone. And it's the same thing with the boring bees that we have on the outside. One day they show up and they stay for the summer and they're a nuisance, and then they're gone. So if it's not one thing, then it's another. I have just noticed that there are certain bugs that are just really, really attracted to log homes. But anyway, I'm taking these plates down, and I didn't get them all down. When David got in, he got the rest of them down for me. I didn't want to be climbing up on the cabinets and stuff like that like I used to, because it's just, I need to be safe when I'm here with the baby and make sure that, I don't do anything dumb, so I can be able to take care of him. He's running around on his walker right now. He is so rambunctious and so wild and pitching a fit and talking so much, and I am loving every single minute of it. It's just been so wonderful just to watch him grow. But anyways, I'm just going to finish getting this taken down, and I want to clean the kitchen table off, and then I need to make a little bit of supper. Also decided that I didn't want this bless this nest sign there anymore either. I just want to simplify and just try to get rid of a lot of stuff in 2026. But these flowers, they were from my anniversary. In December, we have my birthday, we have our anniversary, and then we also have Christmas. So there's a lot going on in December. And yeah, they look decent, the yellow ones, but the other ones, I definitely need to dump these vases out and go ahead and just discard these flowers, because they're just done. They've been beautiful and they smell amazing, but it's definitely time to get rid of them. And the table here is moving because right here on the tile, the floor is a bit uneven, so you have to either put something underneath the table, or you have to find a spot where it's even. But here is what everything is looking like for now. I just bring this mat in here, and then I've got his playpen, but I'm considering moving the kitchen table into the kitchen and moving some things around. On this night, I went very basic. I had some baked barbecue chicken and some brown rice, and that is what we had for dinner. And that baked chicken, it was so tender and so flavorful and so delicious, because I had marinated it in the refrigerator overnight. But I wanted to experiment a little bit and make like an energy bar or energy bite, because this is something that I have been buying from Aldi, and I figured that I could probably make it at home, for less money. But I also have the natural creamy peanut butter that I could put into this, but I just had the rest of this container here that I wanted to use up. I did use this, and then I ended up using a little bit more. I don't have any exact measurements for this, but I used a cup of oats and then about half a cup of peanut butter. And then I also have some of the Lily chocolate chips that are zero sugar that I would be able to use in this as well. And then I seen a recipe where it called for like flax seeds and chia seeds, and that would be a way that you would be able to get more fiber into your diet as well. And then I put a little bit of vanilla extract, and then the coconut flakes. And I did get the sweetened coconut flakes. And I will tell you that I couldn't really taste them in this. It was like the peanut butter, it really just overpowered these balls. I think that next time maybe I would use honey. That's one of the jars that we have of honey that I probably need to go ahead and get used up. And so maybe next time I won't use peanut butter and I'll just use honey. All I know is that I'm going to start to experiment a whole lot more with making things from scratch, because I have come to the realization that 75% of the food in the grocery store, it's not actually food. And the same thing, like there's so many chemicals and our hair products and our laundry soaps and stuff like that. And I know I'm probably late to the game on this, but now that I am seeing it and realizing it, I cannot just not see it. So I have been making some serious changes, but I just wanted to get these balls rolled up and let's just try them. And David said that they were really good, and he couldn't really taste the coconut in them either. And I even added more coconut to them. So apparently it takes a really good amount of coconut to be able to taste it in these. But all I did was just take a spoon and I just rolled them up into these bars, or these little balls. But you know what I was thinking is that you could just smash them out into a dish and make them into bars if you would prefer to eat them that way. But I wanted to try them rolled up into a ball first of all. And I have been shopping in other places. I have been branching out. Like I have been going to Aldi so much more. And then I have been hitting up Food City some and just trying different grocery stores here lately and trying to look for better products and different ingredients. I have been investing a lot of time into that actually. I think maybe it's just because now that I've become a mother, I am more concerned about, what products that I'm using on my baby and what he's ingesting and what he's eating, because it's my responsibility to feed him properly. But anyway, I've just put the lid on top of this. My baby is over it. So I'm going to go ahead and say good night. And thank you for watching. Love you. Fight that good fight of faith. Always. You hang in there. And the Lord willing, I will see you very